This month on Wally Life, we find out why living in Northeast PA is so sweet on the 2018 Maple Syrup Tour. We join the Easter Bunny and hop on board the Stourbridge line for the holiday train excursion. And then we get technical at Arduino Day in Homestead. The 2018 Northeastern PA Maple Syrup Tour. This self-guided tour was quite sweet as we followed the maple syrup production process from tree to table. On this adventure, we covered quite a large area of Wayne County looking for the maple open house signs. Our first stop was in Sterling Township for a Saturday morning pancake breakfast. As volunteers prepped and stocked the kitchen, pancakes were poured, eggs were scrambled, and plates were prepped as we readied ourselves for our first sample of maple syrup, provided by the Journey's End Farm.
Nothing like a great pancake. Nothing like a good pancake.
Sterling Township has a rich history of maple syrup production dating back to the early 1800s, with many of the sugar houses still in operation today. And after a great morning snack, we head out to our first sugar shack. The Altamaya Sugar Shack is just one example of how maple syrup production in Wayne County is thriving. With hundreds of trees available, gathering sap might seem like a daunting task. Here we see trees tapped with vacuum hoses that interconnect and all run back to a central location for sap collection. This structure houses everything needed for maple syrup production. Sap is run through these systems to evaporate the water, boosting its sugar content. This liquid is then boiled down to produce the syrup we see on the shelves in our local stores and markets today. Learning about this process is a journey back in time, as we get to see many of the tools used to develop the art of maple syrup production. Our next stop, Journey's End Farm, where we hear firsthand what it takes to create a great maple syrup.
I think most maple syrup producers will tell you that they make the best syrup, but I think we actually do make the best syrup. We've been making maple syrup since 1934 in our family. We are currently tapping we have about 1,400 taps on our maple trees, and that should give us about 300 gallons of syrup if everything works right, but per season. And it's all wood fired. This is our firewood. Cut it all ourselves. Most of our syrup is sold right here from the farm. There are 8 of us here on the farm working on this, and we have a bunch of animals. We grow vegetables in the summer, and we run a children's camp on the farm, and that's plenty to keep us all busy.
Here we learn about both types of sap collection, bucket and vacuum hose, as well as get an in-depth tour of this production facility. We are shown the evaporator and hear about their process of creating amazing maple products. We learn everything from collection to production, like harvest times, the best temperature for boiling, and the time it takes to process thousands of gallons of sap into a few hundred bottles. This tour was extremely educational, as we see a product rendered from start to finish and learn the facts about where this food actually comes from. Not much has changed in the production of maple syrup, but what we see here is a refined technique that truly works to create an amazing product. And from the 1900s to now, the evolution of this process has sustained this Wayne County business, as they produce some of the finest maple syrup products in the region. Everything from maple syrup, candies, and maple cream to your traditional bottled maple syrup. Product samples were available, and many treats were on hand for guests to enjoy. Next on our self-guided maple syrup tour, Szymanski's Sugar House and Gift Shop. At this location, we see a host of maple syrup products, and learn about the high-tech use of reverse osmosis to render the sap into syrup.
I've been producing maple syrup since I was 16, and I'm 43 now. 5,000 trees we have tapped. In a good day, typically we'll process somewhere in the neighborhood of 7,000 gallons of sap. And in a good year, we may make upwards of 1,500 gallons of syrup. We make a wide variety of products. We make the molded sugar candies. We make granulated sugar. We make maple cream. We have maple barbecue sauce, maple mustard, maple popcorn, maple salad dressings. Really more than we can mention. We have a small gift shop here at our sugar house. We tell everybody if we're home or open. Maple syrup is definitely a growing industry. I would say it's probably one of the more profitable agricultural ventures. Maple syrup is a sweetener, and as you know, just about everything has some source of a sweetener in it, the foods that we eat, and it's a much healthier alternative than the corn syrup sweeteners that we're mostly used to.
And after those sweet facts, we head up to Maple Avenue and the Nebzadowski Sugar House.
I'm Tom Nebzadowski. Welcome to my sugar house. I've been making maple syrup since 2001. It's my labor of love. I have about 3,500 taps. I think tourism is wonderful. I mean, people come up here and see the lines and stuff. It's all part of nature.
Not only does Tom have a great sugar house, but he's a collector of vintage farm and agricultural artifacts. Next on the tour, we check out Morning Sun Farm. Here we learn more about the tree sap's water to sugar ratio. Their main products are maple syrup and maple sugar. This smaller scale facility produces some excellent maple syrup items. Not only do we get to sample their syrup and maple products, we learn to make a sweet treat, sugar on snow. We take a quick break to enjoy our sugar on snow, then head up to our final stop, Augusta Acres.
Hi, I'm Lorraine Collins with Davis R. Chant Realtors. With over 50 years of serving the Lake Wallenpaupack region, Chant Realtors sells more homes by volume than any other realtor in the area. The Lake Wallenpaupack area is an attractive place to live because of its low taxes, great school districts, and beautiful scenery. Agents at Davis R. Chant Realtors have an extensive knowledge of the local market and experience with everyone from first-time homebuyers to experienced investors. Chant uses a variety of print media, billboards, open houses, and national websites to promote properties and reach buyers. We work with sellers to put together a thoughtful but aggressive market plan tailored to each home individually. Here at Chant, we know that working together and providing channels of communication and feedback is important for the best outcome when selling your home. We provide a unique feature called Seller's Dashboard to our sellers, which allow you to view up-to-the-minute online information about your home, including how it is being marketed, how often it is being shown, and notes from agents and buyers. If you are ready to relocate, upgrade, downsize, or know anyone who is considering the Lake region, please stop by or call Davis R. Chant Realtors at 570-226-4518 or visit us online at chantre.com.
i2Print is your premium printing service for all your professional printing needs. We'll help you throughout the printing process from design to distribution. With bookbinding abilities, we'll be able to help you get the word out or promote your business with branded assets and products. i2Print offers top quality print products at competitive prices with quick turnaround and fast delivery. From business cards, large format posters, brochures, and wrap cards to annual reports, i2Print can print everything you need to promote your product, service, and business. With the best printing technology available today, we live up to our tag: service, speed, and success. Choose i2 Print for your next printing project.
A healthy septic system requires regular maintenance and checkups. Regardless of the time of year, EarthCare can meet all of your septic and drain needs. It's our mission to extend the life of your system and protect your investment. Whether it's routine service, repairs, or new septic system, EarthCare is uniquely qualified. Sign up for our maintenance program. We'll take the hassle out of septic system ownership and provide you with a septic system warranty. Remember, EarthCare for your home and business for all septic, drain, and grease pumping needs. EarthCare, there when you need us.
Augusta Acres in Beach Lake is owned and operated by Todd and Susan Klickus. Not only do they produce maple syrup, but they offer honey, vegetables, and a summer flower garden. On this site, we get to see everything we've learned today in operation. The tap lines collect the sap from thousands of trees and send it down to the vacuum house. From the vacuum house, it's pumped up to storage barrels outside the sugar house. Here, they take syrup production to the next level using pressurized vacuum lines, reverse osmosis, and a completely automated evaporator.
Because I'm going to start it, we'll get it boiling. And usually because after the syrup pan, because it was sat from when I boiled the other night, it doesn't take long for syrup to start flowing.
Proprietor Todd Klickus built his system to maximize his production and minimize the amount of time needed to convert their sap into syrup. In this stage of production, from the moment he lights the fire until we see syrup from the tap, is about 10 to 15 minutes. And his totally automated system is truly amazing.
I got my 50 gallons of sap that I'm boiling today. The sap flows into the steam hood, and inside the steam hood, I have a preheater. So when this is steaming, the steam will preheat the sap. So if the sap's coming in at 32 degrees, 34 degrees, it preheats it to about 140 degrees before it goes into this pan. The sap comes out of the preheater into the float box. The float box regulates it inside the flue pan, the sap level. And then from the flue pan, it flows out into this float box, which controls the level inside the syrup pan.
We watch the syrup running through a series of channels and wait for it to reach its boiling point of 219.5 degrees. This temperature is 7 degrees above the boiling point of water, depending on the elevation and that day's weather conditions. Each step in their automated process turns nature's goodness into the product that we enjoy today. We truly enjoy this bird's eye view of maple syrup production at Augusta Farms. So, from the tree to the vacuum house to the lines inside this automated system, we see sap boiled and converted into syrup. And once it reaches 219.5 degrees, the automated valve opens and releases a rough final syrup. This syrup is tested for sugar concentration and taste, then finished and put in glass jars. Wow! So how's that for harvesting the sweetness of nature and creating a product that's not just good on pancakes? For more information on next year's Maple Tour, or to purchase some maple syrup products, check out WayneConservation.org, SchimanskiMaple.com, JourneysInFarm.org, or Facebook.com/Augusta Acres Farm. Since the first steam locomotive departed the station in 1829, the railroad has been a way of life and an important economic driver in the northern Pocono Mountains. Today, we hop on board the Stourbridge Line for the Easter Bunny Flyer and learn about the train's past and present.
So we're in our Easter Bunny Flyer today, and it's a 1-hour trip that the Easter Bunny hippie hops through the train, visiting with all the boys and girls. I do story time with the conductor. I go from each car and read an Easter story, and all the kids get a little gift, and it's a nice, relaxing 1-hour trip that people get to see the bunny and be together as a family. So we start our weekly schedule near the end of June, once all the schools get out and such, that we'll run Wednesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Our Wednesday trip is an hour and a half, what we call our Pocono Express, from Honesdale to Hawley and back. That departs at 1 o'clock on Wednesdays. Along with that, we team up with our friends over at Northeast Wilderness Experience. We offer a river and rails excursion. You can kayak the Lackawaxen River in the morning from Honesdale to White Mills, and you get out off the river about the same time, ironically, the train comes through. We pick you up on the train, take you to Hawley, and bring you back to Honesdale. You also can board the train in Hawley and come to White Mills, where you can kayak the Lackawaxen from White Mills to Hawley as well. And then on our Saturdays, we do a Saturday morning Pocono Express to Honesdale to Hawley, a trip again at 10 o'clock. And then at 1 o'clock, we have our Lackawaxen Limited. That's our 3.5-hour, 50-mile round trip. We do the entire length of the railroad from Honesdale to Lackawaxen. And then on Sundays, we have our Glen Air Limited, and that's a 2.5-hour trip. And then we go from Honesdale to Glen Air, a little bit short of Lackawaxen. And it's a nice little short trip that you get to see the Lackawaxen, the River Gorge throughout. Once we get past Hawley and past the hydroelectric plant for Lake Wallenpaupack, go through 2 of our rock cuts, and it's just a great, nice, relaxing trip for a Sunday afternoon. So we have people from all around the world that come and ride the train. We've had people from Australia, New Zealand, England come ride the train. Now our train name being the Sturbridge Line is named after the Sturbridge Lion. And the reason they called it the Sturbridge Line, it was built in Sturbridge, England. We actually had a couple of families from Sturbridge ride the train the last couple of years. And that was kind of cool. They heard about us because, Sturbridge, that's the name of our town in England. And they flew here to America just to take our train ride. We have people from all around the country, from California and Nevada, from Pennsylvania, New York, New Jersey, Maryland, Maine, West Virginia. We got people from all around the country to come here to the Northern Poconos and take the best trip, in my opinion, is to take the train ride. You get to see the Lackawaxen River. And what a better way to take a nice, relaxing train ride to see the sights of the Northern Poconos. We've got a variety of different events going on, just not along with our regular excursions. In the end of June, early July, we're doing a World War II reenactment train. We're going to have the GIs shipping out here from Honesdale. We're going to go down the railroad to a reenactment camp and be able to get off the train and interact with some World War II reenactors. We're going to have jeeps and tanks on flat cars, and it's just going to be a cool event to help teach everybody the history of World War II. And there's still a lot of people that are interested in it. We want to teach some younger people, some people that don't have a clue about how World War II and some of the equipment and how the railroads had such an important part in World War II. Along with that, on our 4th of July weekend, we have our Honesdale fireworks trains that we do a reverse trip than our normal, that we pick up people in Lackawaxen and Hawley. We bring them here to beautiful downtown Honesdale for the 4th of July fireworks. Along with that, we run our 4th of July parade train out of Hawley. Later on in July, we also have our steampunk special. We're our 2nd year of running a steam locomotive and bring it to power our trains. Now, a little different than last year. Last year, we only went for about 4 miles and came back. This year, we're going to go from Honesdale to Hawley and return, and that'll be about 20-mile, 2-hour round trip from Honesdale to Hawley and back. And at the end of July, we have our Lackawaxen Firecracker special. That's one of our favorite trains throughout the year, is that we leave Honesdale about 6 o'clock. We'll get down to Lackawaxen for the fire department's field day and picnic. We have live music, some adult beverages, some kid games, and then an awesome fireworks show. It's one of the best fireworks shows in the area there in Lackawaxen, and that'll be the last Saturday in July. And then once we get into our fall season, we have our fall foliages trips. We'll be doing some wine tasting trips throughout the year, and we'll finish the year with our Santa Claus trips and also our favorite Christmas trips that we run out of Honesdale and Hawley throughout the month of November and December.
For more about the Sturbridge Line and their upcoming train excursions, visit sturbridgeline.net or call 570-470-2697.
The members of the Pocono Mountains Visitors Bureau greatly appreciate the work they do to help our area grow and develop. And don't forget, if you have visitors to your Lake Region home, bring them over to the Lake Wallenpaupack Visitor Center. We're open 7 days a week. They can choose from hundreds of brochures and pick up maps of the Pocono Mountains region. And remember to like us on Facebook, and for general information, go to our website at poconomountains.com.
The Sterling Business and Technology Park consists of 252 acres of greenfield property, which is currently divided into 23 lots ranging in size from 3 to 30 acres. Each lot in the park is KOZ certified for companies that qualify. The Sterling Business and Technology Park is perfectly located just off Exit 17 on Interstate 84 in northeastern Pennsylvania, just under 2 hours from New York City. And 50% of the nation's population is within a day's travel of this location. Our infrastructure is perfect for any business or industry. If you would like to explore locating your business at Sterling Business and Technology Park, visit sterlingbusinesspark.com. We can also be reached by phone at 646-236-3400 or email Troy at sterlingbusinesspark.com.
Hey folks, do you wonder why you see so many B&B Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram vehicles here in the Northeast? It's no secret, ask the owner. You'll find out B&B Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram in Honesdale not only offers great deals, but you can't beat the knowledgeable and friendly sales staff and the exceptional factory-trained service technicians. Going shopping for a new or used vehicle? Stop by B&B Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram in Honesdale and make a deal. Get pre-approved. Check out our inventory. Go to bnbdodge.com, or better yet, visit our showroom at 125 Grandview Avenue, Honesdale. B&B Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. You'll love your new car or truck if you get it from B&B. B&B, better and better.
My name is Bruce Johnson, and I started coding with the Arduino when I was about 14 years old. The Arduino is, if you've not heard of it before, is basically an electronic prototyping board that is open source and is very inexpensive to use and can be used for thousands of different types of projects. People are able to use this board to create hovercraft or robotic arms, or use it as the brains for their robotic project. So they're a really impressive board, a lot of computing power, and they can do a lot for you. A few years after I met Tony Komar and we started working with the Arduino, I started a computer programming class to teach kids how to code, but also to work with electrical design and circuit building and soldering, and we use the Arduino as our platform to do that. For the Stourbridge project, there really was no opportunities in this area for any sort of prototyping or electrical design or programming or anything else. A couple years back, if you wanted to know how to program or you wanted to do anything with electronics, you'd have to go to a city. And if we have more events like this and we have more people getting interested in this type of thing, we could have a whole community starting in this area of prototyping and makers and DIYers and Arduino and programming and all that stuff in this area. And it's led to a lot of career opportunities for me, even though I haven't gotten to college yet. It led to an internship at Yoga International. It led to a job offering at the courthouse. And this year I'll be working at Yoga International full-time through the summer, and I'll be helping manage their website, their databases, and all their online stuff. So on April 21st, we're going to be hosting Arduino Day at the Stourbridge project. Arduino Day will include keynote presentations, workshops, several classes on programming and electronics, and also a project competition. The project competition is where anyone who works with electronics and works with the Arduino board can bring in a project that they've created, like a robotic arm, a car, or something like that, and they can have some really neat Arduino-based prizes and also some IoT core devices that we'll be giving away. Throughout the day, we're going to have free t-shirt giveaways, we're going to have food, plenty of food available, and we're also going to be having tours of the new prototyping lab at the Stourbridge project. So we're going to have Tony Komar from Siemens as one of our speakers. We're also going to have Paul West, who was a former engineer for Honeywell, and we're also going to have several speakers from Johnson College. So we're just hoping that more people will kind of tap into this massive world, this massive community, and see all the stuff they can do and all the people who are ready to help them jump into that world.
Arduino Day, celebrating the adventurous minds of today and tomorrow with robotics, electronics development, and basic programming for all. Come out and enjoy this amazing day in technology.
The Wayne County Canoe Classic, which the Honesdale area GCs host every year. What we do is we drop boats in up at the fairgrounds, and it's about a 9-mile trek through Honesdale down to White Mills where the finish is.
This year we have multiple classes. We're going to give out some awards at the end.
Boaters can expect a challenge around every turn really when the water's like this. It's tough after the winter. Sometimes there are a few obstacles to navigate.
The annual Wayne County Canoe Classic was host to serious competitive paddlers as well as many novice participants. With registration starting in the early AM, paddlers signed up in different classes and received their race credentials. The Wayne County Canoe Classic was started about 45 years ago by the Honesdale area JCs and provides a great spring recreational activity for outdoor enthusiasts and families alike. Boaters compete against the clock, so launch times are staggered to allow for a safe pace. This amazing race takes place every year during the second or third week of April. So, for more information on the Wayne County Canoe Classic, visit honesdaljcs.org. One of the most interesting events to take place in the Lake region is the historic Civil War encampment. Every year, living historians travel to the Columns Museum in Milford, Pennsylvania to recreate a Civil War camp and bring history to life. Other highlights of the day included military drills and the addition of the African American Civil War troops.
We are here demonstrating what camp and military life would have been like during the years 1861 to 1865. We have people demonstrating infantry, we have people demonstrating cavalry. We have a unit came up from Philadelphia portraying the 3rd U.S. Colored Troops, which is pretty interesting. We don't usually get to have that perspective out at reenactment, so it's great having them here.
The reenactors kept audiences engaged with period stories and song.
Ready? Aim! Fire! Load!
Everybody's talking about ain't nobody going there. Heaven, hurrah, hurrah, here comes the Jubilee. Hurrah, hurrah, this flag will set you free.
So, you want to know what this whole Freedom Boat Club thing is all about? Simply put, we're a club that makes boating, well, simple. Here's how it works. You join the club, you pay a one-time membership fee, and then monthly dues from there on out. And instantly, you get access to a fleet of boats. As a member, their entire fleet is at your disposal. All those things you imagine boating to be suddenly become reality. When you're done, you simply head back to the dock where the boat club staff will be waiting. Leave the boat with them, and that's it.
Tune in to Wally Life every Monday at 9 p.m. on Blue Ridge Communications Channel 13 for the latest in life around Lake Wallenpaupack.